I did not happen to, but apparently Carla Luisa or some other people were in that computer lab, and they were kind of showcasing some of the things we're doing at MBI with regards to Google. And Missy was one of the people that were in that presentation and was just like, whoa, I wish we could possibly do something like that. And I just wanted to come here and kind of showcase some of the things we're doing at MBI, some of the just the little neat little nuances about Google that are available to us as staff. You know, we're going a different direction at MBI and MBM because we're one-to-one and the students are involved with Google. I'm not saying that you can't do it either as well, but you know, we're going more in depth to it. But as far as from a staff standpoint, this is a wonderful, wonderful tool. But before I get into Google, I just kind of wanted to share with you kind of what my role is going to be next year. So I'm kind of excited about it because I've been kind of pigeonholed to MBI and MBM, and that no longer is the case next year. So you guys get me. If you want me, you can schedule me to come out to your classrooms. We'll teach lessons. I'll help you plan. I'll help you organize. We'll get this stuff going if you want to go with that. Missy and I just got to work out the logistics of that and how that's going to work. Is it going to be a day here, a day there? I'll be still housed at MBI, but you guys will have access to me next year whenever, not whenever, but whenever you need help or assistance in anything, I'll gladly come over here and help you guys work the kids. I've already been working with Maplewood, putting the video together. It's just so stinking cute working with the second graders, and it just turned out really, really cool. A video that Kathy Zay did with her kids, so I've been helping her with that. This year, Mike's kind of let me go a little bit, so I've been taking advantage of that. So, but Google. All of you, if you don't know this already, Missy gave me all your names, everything, and I had IT create Google accounts for all of you. So when you go to Google, it's actually just go to google.com. Well, it's really simple, and I'll sign out here really quick, but. You're just going to want to go right up here to the right-hand corner, and you're going to want to sign in. And you're going to sign in using your Spartan.org email account. So mine's jsteckley@spartan.org. And then your default password is going to be Sparta 2013 with a capital S on Sparta. And right away when you log in, it's going to ask you to change the password. Okay, so it'll walk you right through. It'll say, what's the current password? You'll type in, and then you can put your new password in. I believe they ask for like 6 characters, and then Angie 6 or 7, 8 characters maybe?
Might be 8.
Might be 8 characters. Yep. So then you can go ahead and change your password or whatever it is you want. And then you're going to go ahead and sign in. And you know you're signed in when it'll say your email right up there. Okay? So you all have a Google account already set up for you. If it's not working or something's not jiving or whatnot, you can either do a text request to Angie, and she'll figure it out for you. But relatively easy. So Google has. How did I get stuck on Google? You know, honestly, I've been really interested in Google, and this year I had the opportunity to go to Google Summit in the Dells, and I got to spend 5 days in Wisconsin Dells in October-ish, November, and all I did was learn about Google. And I just was floored at all the things that you can do from an educational standpoint with Google. And ever since I went to those 5 days, it's been kind of like my mission, my obsession actually, is to figure out how this can work in an educational setting. You'll see a lot of like acronyms. GAFE is a big one, capital G-A-F-E, which stands for Google Apps for Education. That's a big one that you're going to see. We're a Google Apps for Education school district. Okay, basically what that means is that we use Google in our school district, so they give us that nice, pretty little title that we're Google Apps for Education. But GAFE is the one. And from there, I networked, met a lot of people that are wicked smart, that deal with Google, and that's all they do. And I networked with them, and I've learned a little bit more through Twitter. I don't know if you guys use Twitter a lot, but I've read a lot on Twitter. And then I had the opportunity, since that time, I've had opportunities to go to like 3 more Google Summits just for a day or two to learn more about what this has to offer. And I've learned a lot, and then I've started bringing it back to the staff at Meadowview Intermediate. I was nervous at first about it because it was such a change. It was a totally different way of doing things, and it just took me to get one teacher on board, and then another teacher thought, oh, that's kind of cool, and then another teacher got on board, and then finally, I believe I got the whole staff at MVI on board with it, as far as just using some of the sharing and collaboration features that Google has to offer. And it just took that, me just not pestering them, but just kind of forcing them to kind of change their way of thinking with collaborating. And my goal now is working on Meadowview Middle School with that. But right up here, Google has, I don't know if you guys, have you heard of Dropbox, like the cloud service? Well, Google has their own Dropbox. We go to their hard drive, and it's actually called Google Drive. And all of you will have a tab along here. And if you click on Drive, when you're playing with it, all it is just a hard drive to store all your stuff. Google gives you 5 gigabytes of space, which goes an incredibly long way. So you can see right down in this lower right corner, it's kind of hard to see, but I got 12% full. And I basically took my whole school hard drive. I had all my files from 7 years of teaching in Sparta, and I dumped it onto Google. So I only filled up 12% of those spaces. Now, what are some things that are going to fill up that space a lot? Pictures, videos, all those things are going to fill that space up a lot, but we still have access to our school iDrive. So those pictures and images and everything, you know, I kind of took a hard look at them and say, gosh, I had pictures from kids from 6 years ago. Do I really need those pictures of those kids that were 6 years, they're now seniors in high school, juniors? Do I really need them? And so I started getting rid of some of those pictures, as hard it is to get rid of those things. So I know some of us like to keep our hands on those things, but I really kind of watered that down. But, you know, this, for me, because I'm so mobile and around to different places, Google Drive works great for me because I have access to anywhere I have it. And so that's the beauty. It's all web-driven. So if I'm presenting at a conference in the Dells, I have access to Google Drive. I don't have to rely solely on my iDrive, you know, and all that stuff. So everything is right here. Calendars, you can sync calendars up. So if you have grade levels, we can share calendars. We can do all that stuff. You can share calendars. We'll talk more about sharing feature in a minute. Google Sites, you can create your own websites right in Google. Kind of cool. So I have a Meadowview Math one that I've been doing. So, you know, we can create Google Sites. You can create groups. You can collaboration groups. A lot of cool things there with that. But I think the part that really kind of was that aha moment for those teachers or for Missy was the ability of the collaboration piece. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that MVI has done here. So I have starred, and I have a bunch of files right here that I've created for MVI. Now, I have an iPad user group, and I'll show you some examples of how this works. I have an iPad user group that we meet for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. And I have a form here that I created, a Google Doc. And what I've done is I have 4th, 5th, 6th, and I have apps that teachers have been recommending for next year. 4th grade art, 5th grade, okay? So I want this piece to be collaborative. I want people to be able to see this all the time. So what I've done is I've actually has a wonderful share feature. And what I did is I took this link.
And you're just in the Drive now?
I'm still in Drive,
okay.
Absolutely. I just took this link, I copied it, and I embedded it into an email. And now whoever has this link can edit this document whenever they want. All they have to do is just click on that link. And you can see this is, I did not write this up. I had teachers that are in that iPad user group write all the apps that they want, and they continually edit it. It's an ongoing way we edit documents, and this is actually Google Spreadsheets. So it looks, Google Spreadsheet looks very much like Google Excel, like Excel. Okay. So that's one way, is that collaborative piece that we've used there. Let me go back here. interventions, okay? Interventions. 4th grade math data, so I went to create, and I created a spreadsheet, okay? And what I did is, I put 4th grade math data. Now, it's an Excel spreadsheet, and you'll see that along the bottom here, it's just like Excel, and I added tabs. So I have all of our 4th grade teachers along here, and then within each of those folders, I know it's hard to see up there, but all their student names are right here, going down here. And so all the teacher has to do is I shared this feature with them, and now the teachers click on that link, find their name, and then they type in, some of these will probably look really familiar to you for Common Core expressions. They put in their Unit 1 test scores, they put in the path of fluencies, they put in everything, and so now we have that collaboration piece, and then the teachers no longer have to worry about giving me their math data as their Title I math person. The best thing is, I can go to File, Print, and now I'm able to send it to them to 5th grade teachers. So we know exactly where every single kid is in school, and it's an ongoing collaboration piece. You can see all the data we have on these kids, from their quick quizzes to their path of fluencies, and all that stuff is kept within that document. So 4th grade has a document, and so does 5th grade.
So first you created it, and then you just went to the share button.
Yep, I shared it, and then we just shared it out, and teachers are putting in all their stuff in there. This is the part that I think really caught Missy's eye as well, was our MBI, our staff meeting notes. I shared the document with the entire staff, and now our notes, every time we have a staff meeting, we have a note taker, and they just pull up this document, and they just add to the top of the document. So if a staff member is gone, all they have to do is click on that link we sent them, and they can look back on their notes. And this is an ongoing note thing. You know, I'm trying to get this for Meadowview Middle School to do this because Amy Kiefer, they actually email her every single day. They email her notes, and then she types it up on a document, a Word document. And I'm trying to get them to switch, say, why can't the teacher just put what you want to say on morning announcements in here? So, I don't know who does your morning announcements, Missy or...
Missy or Sue.
Yeah, so let's say you wanted Missy to say something. You could just type it in here and say, Missy, could you please announce this? She could bring it up on her screen when she's talking on the phone and read it right off the screen. And you got your staff notes, got everything on here that we've done. So staff meeting notes are fantastic on here. That's another way we do it. 4th grade meeting notes, 5th grade. And why teachers like it so much is that 4th grade teachers, sometimes they feel like they're out of the loop with 5th grade teachers, and they don't know what's going on in the 5th grade meetings because they got duties or something like that. They can just go back now and they can see what's going on. We at Meadowview Intermediate want to be as transparent as possible.